Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Lost in Space, Season 1, Episode 6, Eulogy. So we're more than halfway through the first season at this point. This is kind of that halfway break. This was an interesting one. It was a twist that I kind of saw coming, but it was earlier than what I had expected. Like, just the way TV shows are done nowadays, it's like the big twist is at the end, and that's kind of what they use to like hook you into the next season. Whereas this is done, episode 6. I mean, we still have like 4 more episodes left, so it's like, what are they gonna do for the rest of the season? So, to kind of start from the top, work our way down, we learn, so in the last episode, we saw Maureen as she actually, went up into space to kind of see what was going on up there. And it was kind of a cheesy scene, it was interesting, where she had, almost her welder's helmet, so she couldn't see the sun, but she could tell that there was something going on, and then she went to, scream, fuck, or presumably, but, all she got out was the fuh, and then it cut. And I was like, come on, really? I mean, you're Netflix. You could do better than that. So we moved on from there. We found out that 27 people died in the crash with all the Jupiters, and it's basically the robot's fault. At this point, everybody knows that the robot is the villain of the series. And so they kind of talk about it. Angela gives her sob story about how she saw her husband, I think it was, die from the robot, and how it's sickening that everybody's even discussing how to use it. So it makes sense. It's that whole community thing. They're all survivors type situation. Seeing Dr. Smith give Angela the gun is just, it's so diabolical, and it's so good for Dr. Smith. It's amazing the way she's able to manipulate people. She's great. And, I mean, it just kind of fits with her story, that she's, a drug user and stuff like that. And, I mean, the people are smart. They will figure out how to get what they want out of people. So it's very fitting with the character. I think they're doing a terrific job with Dr. Smith. The whole scene with them having to drive around the geysers was obnoxiously long, but it was kind of fun. Seeing Judy come up out of the sunroof, and then, of course, the mayor's like, get her back inside. Okay, Captain Killjoy, got it. Moving on. Let's see, him revealing that Dawn wanted money for the fuel, or to find out where the fuel was, and his line where everybody's like, you were holding us hostage, you weren't going to tell us where the fuel was if we didn't pay you, and he's like, oh, so when a doctor saves somebody's life and gets paid, that's okay, but I just want to make some money and I'm the bad guy. It was actually pretty good. I'm going to kind of, especially as somebody who has tons of medical bills, I'm going to kind of go with Dawn a little bit on that one. So I was like, okay. The whole scene with Will moving the rocks by hand and doing one rock for each person was actually really good. I think it could have been done a little bit better, but it was still a really interesting, almost montage scene of him having to carry every single person. So I really liked that. Penny and her boyfriend at the waterfall that no longer exists was really cute. Reading his poem out loud was great. Them getting the fuel out and watching the Jupiter go, it was almost like watching Titanic. It was just like watching it slowly go, but just no Rose and no Jack. So it was better. So it was great. And then, of course, Dawn, discovering who, the real Dr. Smith is was amazing as well. I don't know, that the ending part of that scene was a little too much, where, you don't actually see him jump, which was great, because that would have been too much. But the fact that he was going to survive is what kind of killed it. I feel like they could have done something a little bit better than what they did. So from there, them playing cards again as a family was great. A shout out kind of to the pilot where they're playing Go Fish. And it actually caught me off guard, where Dr. Smith sees Angela coming up the walkway with the gun. And she's like, you know what? You should go invite your mom to play with us. And she actually sends Will out. Now, did she send Will out to save Will because she actually likes him? Or did she send Will out because Will can control the robot and she knows that the robot's going to go crazy? I don't know. How intelligent is she? I mean, it could kind of go either way. As evil and non-compassionate, sociopathic as she seems, I think she just kind of got Will out there because Will could only control the robot. So, and of course, he goes and gets his mom, and I love how Maureen actually agrees. This planet's about to die. She's the only one that can save it, and she's like, let's go play Go Fish. Like, I'm going to spend time with my kid. So that was great. And then when I heard the gunshot, like, I actually kind of got chills because you know something bad's going on. Like, did they shoot the robot? Did they shoot John? Now, I'm not going to lie. This is a TV show. It's Lost in Space. It's based off of the old show. I'm not expecting any of the main characters to die at any point in this run, at least in the first season. So, and of course, when they run in there and we actually see what's going on, and that she's shooting the robot and Will's able to calm it down, just like we thought he would, it's not a big surprise. The bigger surprise was when we've already seen him where he tells Robot to walk off the cliff and then stop. Well, he didn't stop him this time, and to actually watch Robot break, again, it's Lost in Space. You cannot have Lost in Space without the robot. It's the main character. It's like the staple. So, you know he's going to come back. We've already seen him broken and repair himself before, but how is this going to change is the big question. Like, is he still going to trust Will? So, I don't know. A lot's going on. 4 more episodes of the season. Season 2 comes out in less than a month, so I got plenty of time to watch 4 episodes. So, what do you guys think about Season 1? What do you think about all of the different twists? And then, of course, like, Dawn talking to Judy about, like, this is the real Dr. Smith. And again, it's the picture of Bill Mumy, the guy that played Will Robinson in the original back in the 60s, is great. So what do you guys think about it? Let me know, and I will see you guys next time for Pressurized.